Bury her. The villagers thought also giving her her burial right. What did she do? She did nothing. I didn't see anyone. I said, who's calling me? Hello guys, hello beautiful people, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Thanks so very much for stopping by. Thanks for clicking to watch. God bless you. Okay, for the one coming across our video for the first time, my name is Ugotesi, a Nigerian YouTuber based in Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria. Though I used to be based in Lagos, Nigeria before now, but we relocated months ago over to Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria. You are highly welcome. I have to say this because of what is yet to come in today's video. Stay blessed as we continue in today's video. Yeah, I'm here to announce to you guys the death of my mother, how I lost her, and how our village people refused us from burying her. They refused us from burying my own mother. I'm trying so hard to resist tears, but it's well. It is well. Okay, so my mom, the week she died, some years ago, we were on phone that day, one certain day like that. We were on the phone and she was speaking as if though she knows that would be the last day we will talk on phone. That would be the last day I will hear her voice. She spoke to me like though she is aware that that is the last day she will hear mine and I hearing hers. The call goes on this way. Hello. Ah, mommy, how are you? She's fine. How is everybody? I wanted to know how everybody is faring. She said, you're fine. Everybody's fine. How are you? I said, I'm fine. Ugo, my daughter, how are you coping with your children and your husband? I said, Mom, it's not been that fair, but we thank God there is life, so there is hope. She said, good, there is hope, there is life, and there shall be hope. She began to pray for me. She began to encourage me. She began to say some things to me that will make me strong. Some things that will make me to know there is a lot to still come along the way. She prayed for me that God will bless me, that God will bless my destiny, that God will elevate me. I said, amen, ma. Amen, amen, amen. Then in return, I said, Mommy, I shout a big amen to your prayers because I wish that we relocate down to Onitsha so that I can be able to carry you over to my house to take good care of you. I know you are aging. I would like to have you in my house to take care of you. She said, I know you from the little you have done so far. I know that if you have, you will take good care of me, my daughter. And that is why I have prayed for you that the money will come. I said amen again. And I began to tell her that I would like to live in Onitsha that is close to home so that it will be, because it's too far. And it's not like we have the money to bring her over to our house in Lagos. She said, my daughter, don't worry. I can see your heart. I know you will take care of me if you have. But just take good care of yourself. Take good care of your children. Stay strong. Be careful. She began to give me some warnings. She began to talk to me in some ways that then I didn't have anything in mind as in normal. I felt it's normal. My mother is advising me. I felt it's okay. She shared some of her experience with my father, how they lived. Then she gave me, she told me I should learn from there to know where to, as in how to do things, how to react when some certain things come my way, happens. What and what, as I should know, and I should pray that God should give me the wisdom to handle things when they come. I said, Amen, Amen. Mommy, remember to go get some drugs so you can drink. She said, no problem. Then we beat pies. Then in the evening time, I called to know whether she has been able to get the drugs, whether she has taken the drugs. The number were switched off. I said, maybe it's they went to charge the phone. Since the electricity is not at the village, there is no light in the village. Yes, so there are people that usually run it as business, charging of phone. They run it as business over there in the village. So I said, maybe her phone has been taken to charge. Then in the next day, I called her. The phone rang, but no one picked it. I was like, does it mean that Toshi is my junior brother who stays in the village with her then? Does it mean that Toshi has not gone to pick and bring my mom's phone from the charging place? Say, why now? I said, okay. In the evening, I still called her again. In the evening of the next day, I still called her again. Still, no one was picking the call. Then, on the second day, which is the third day now, I called. But my senior brother's wife, we are the one that picked the phone, telling me that my mom is seriously down, that her condition now is critical. I said, okay, let me hear her. She said she's not talking. I said, is it that critical you mean? She can't talk to me? What do you mean? Give her a phone, let me hear her voice. She said she doesn't talk. What is wrong? She said her BP is high. It's stroke that knocked her down. Okay, let's rush her to hospital. She said, okay. We gathered, I called my senior brother, they rushed her to hospital. Then after some time, I recalled that some money were requested for treatment to commence on her. Money no day now. We don't have the money. So when my husband came back, I shared the story of what happened with him. He said it's well, God will provide. That she will be fine. I think that was the word he used, that she will be fine. I shouldn't worry, she will be fine. But that wasn't what I'm looking for. Yes, I know she'll be fine, but we need to treat her. Then it's not everything I can share here. God help me. This part makes my heart to bleed. It hurts me that I can't even share it because of my mom. Okay. Okay. Since I don't have the money, I can't provide the money. We don't have the money for the treatment. For her treatment, I pleaded with my husband to allow me to travel to the village, to go be with her, to go at least, if it's to wash her dirty clothes, if it's to get house around to help, any way that I can assist. He told me that I'm not going anywhere. Women, especially young wives, please rise. If you're a young wife and you're watching me, please get a side hustle. Very important. Very, very important. Get a side hustle. Now we'll be earning you no matter how little. Drop in a little, no matter how little in your account. For days like this, that before me, that I had nothing to hold it with. It is very important that every young lady, every young woman has little something kept aside for herself. It's very, very important. Have what doing, have something doing to save up. Nights after nights, I wet my pillow with tears, pleading for me to at least have the opportunity to see my mother before anything could happen. At least let me see her. I cried, I pleaded. Since money is not there for us to take her to hospital to give her the right treatment she needed, at least let me at least see her, touch her. I know she will understand. But that opportunity was denied from me, and it left a very big pain, a very deep pain in me even until tomorrow. So we spoke on Tuesday, called on Wednesday, she was not, the phone we are not ringing, called on Thursday, the phone rang, no one picked, called on Friday, my sister-in-law picked, which is my brother's wife, picked, told me the critical condition of God. I cried nights, I cried, pleading with my husband to allow me to go. Why I plead is because of money. I needed money to transport myself to the village. If I had had enough to transport myself, what I had in hand were very small. It would not carry me to village. So I pleaded that you should support me a little so I can be able to transport myself to the village. But was denied that opportunity. So Friday, Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday morning, something strange happened to me on Friday in the house. The strange thing that happened to me was that in the evening, after I went to pick my kids from school, they're back. After bathing, I was trying to fix dinner in the kitchen. Then it was as if someone called me. I was alone in the kitchen. The kids were in the parlor watching cartoon. So it was as if someone called me. I didn't see anybody. I said, who is calling me? Then my son came in. My children came in and we were like, Mommy, what happened? I said, who was calling me? They said, nobody called you. Nobody called you. We are here now, nobody called you. They went back to their parlor. After a little while, it was as if someone passed by. As if I felt like someone passed by me, thought body see anybody. I felt cold. I don't know what to call it. That was on Friday. Then on Saturday, which was so on that Saturday, I was in my room. That was the time before the period I was learning how to sew from the street the first time. So as I was stationed in my room, it was as if a being passed me. I thought, didn't see anybody. I got very cold. I began to wonder what is happening. What is happening? What is this I'm feeling? What is this? What is happening? I don't understand. Then on Sunday, I left very early to church. On my way to church, I called my senior brother's wife. She was like, yeah, the treatment they are giving her, she's responding. This morning she looked brighter. This morning she were able to take some food because she has not been taking anything. She has refused to eat anything since these 4 days ago. 5 days ago now, she has not been eating. But today she was able to accept something from us. I said, thank God. Then I rushed into church, went so very early that day because I needed some time to pray to God, to cry out my heart to God. I went to the altar straight. I was praying, not knowing that everything has scattered, not knowing that everything has gone, not knowing that my mother has already left spiritually. I was crying, praying, pouring my heart to God, and since that was the only thing I could do. After praying, the service started. Then at the middle of the service, my senior brother's wife called me and she's like, I thought you said you would be coming. I said yes. I said I will be coming, but some situations that I cannot handle has not let me come out. But nevertheless, I will rally around to see if there's any other means that could come out true. She said, okay. I said, but why do you ask? She said, nothing. I said, okay, no problem. I went here, then after the service, I went home with anger. I asked my husband because then it wasn't as if the money that would transport me home, as if my husband cannot provide it. That is where the pain is. It's not like the money is not there. As in, I know we don't have enough. I know we are struggling. I know we are not feeling. As in, we don't have enough, but not to that extent. As at that time, women, young wives, get something doing that will fetch you no matter how little to your pocket. It's very important because it's not every time your relatives, as in your parents, your brothers, your sisters, will need help that you can access that help through your husband. That is a topic for another day. Okay, so I went home with anger and I'm like, why do you not want me to? What is the problem? Since there's no money for us to support for her to go to hospital, then let me go and take care of her myself. I did this in anger. He said, to go, we hire a doctor. Hire a doctor that will take care of her. And that beside, are you the only child that she has? Okay. I left in anger. I did so. I met some friends that I collected little from. Adding to the little I had, by then I could go home. I could travel to the village with this little in my hand. I could travel, but that would not bring me back. That could only take me home, but cannot. So I began to prepare for my travel. I was getting ready, ironing my dress, putting my things together that night. Then a call came to my husband's phone. My senior brother called my husband and he rushed outside. I said, I didn't even pick anything there, to be sincere. I didn't pick anything there. He rushed outside and answered the call. Then after answering the call, he came back and he's like, we are preparing for village. I said, yeah. He said, prepare. I will support you, don't worry. I'm going to support you. You will travel to the village. Okay? I said, you will support me. He said, yeah. I said, thank God. No problem. No problem. And then I got ready. And first thing in the morning when I woke up, I began to prepare. They were preparing with me. But at this point, answering so many calls, I'm like, it is well. I got ready. Then my senior sister who left the village not too long ago, she would have been the one that would have traveled and I would be comfortable. I would be like, I'll feel a bit better. But she left the village not up to a month. She left, my mother died. Why she visited the village at first was that her last baby then, we are having what we call Ubafo. Ubafo was stomach trouble. The baby were around 8 months then. Her second child then. We are 8 months then. So she has taken the baby to hospitals and the things still continue. The baby don't sleep, the tummy troubles her, she doesn't sleep, she cries all through the night. She went to her husband's side and still the thing continues. So my mom called her and asked her to bring the child over to our side. She brought the child over. Then there were some local herbs that she made for the baby. The baby took and the baby felt better, regained herself. From that period till now, the baby has not experienced anything like that again. Yeah, so that they stayed for some time at the village then. My senior sister and her baby took a lot of time at the village then. They're running about for the healing, to get healed, for the healing of her daughter. Then it wasn't up to a month she left the village. This incident occurred. So after I called her, I'll be traveling tomorrow. She said okay. Then in the morning, first thing in the morning, she also called me and she's like, she's coming over too. I said, why? Would you carry the little baby to run the long trip of Abuja to East here? It's a long trip. Why not stay over? She said no, that she wants to come and see my mom. I said, okay, no problem, let us go. In the morning, I left. But before we left, my husband went and met the driver that we are driving the vehicle that is to convey us down to East here from Lagos. He had some discussion with him. I didn't know what they talked about. So, on my way coming home, I never knew that my senior brother called my husband to inform him of what has happened. And he pleaded with them, they shouldn't let me know yet. Let me come home first. That they shouldn't let anything that will let me know of what has happened already. That if I do, that it might not really go well. So even my senior sister, my brothers, nobody let me know what has happened. Unknown to me that my mother died on that Sunday in the evening. So our vehicle moved from Lagos to Asaba. The vehicle had issues. From Lagos to Asaba, the vehicle had issues that needed us to be put in another vehicle. We had to wait for another vehicle, GUO, for them to call, as in for them to send another vehicle for us to continue the journey. Then I called my husband and we were like, our vehicle got spoiled on the way. We are waiting for another GUO vehicle that will come and convey us to continue the journey. He said, he called. Then called our driver and asked our driver that the villagers are waiting for me to arrive for my mother to be laid to rest. She's not going to be taken to mortuary. That they are waiting for me to arrive. He pleaded with them for them to allow me to see her before she is laid to rest. So he should do anything possible to ensure that I move in order to meet up with time. So our driver came and picked me out, put me in another vehicle, paid the driver, and we came down here. On getting to my house, because I didn't go straight to my father's house. On getting to my house, I met my two sister-in-laws, my mother-in-law. Everybody were there already. I'm like, what happened? This one, all of you are here. What happened? They say, This one said she went to farm. This one, they were just giving me different stories. Then they presented food for me to eat. I said, no, I'm not hungry. I just brushed here so I can drop my bag. Then I'm going to my mother's side to go and see how she's faring. Did any of you know how she's faring? You know my mother has not been feeling fine. Did you people know how they say she's better today. She's better. She's recovering. I said let me kukuma go. I drop my bag. They said no, I cannot go without eating. I should eat. I said maybe that place is my house too. When I get there, I will eat. I'm not hungry now. Then first they insisted that we eat. They brought out food. I could not eat because the only thing in my mind was to go and see her. So I stopped a bike. To enter a bike, my sister-in-law entered with me. At that time, I became suspicious. My sister-in-law entered with me. The other sister-in-law entered another bike, and we drove to my side. On getting to my compound, people were just washed everywhere. People were just everywhere, and this my head became so big. What is happening? This better not be so. This better not be so. Before I forget, as I got home, my sister also my sister also arrived, and both me, my sister, my two sister-in-laws, we are the ones that went to my side. My sister and I dropped our bags in my house because my sister is not married from my village. She's been married from Igbo State. So she dropped her bag in my house, and we two entered bike. Then my sister-in-laws entered with us, and we went to the our side, Umuoka. On getting there, people everywhere. On getting there, seeing a grave. At this period, I could not control what I was doing. I could not control myself. I rushed in. Only to see only to see my mother lifeless by her side, his casket, people all over her house, everywhere. My mother was laid to rest. After that, she was laid to rest. She was buried. As in, she was laid to rest to Mother Earth. Was covered up in a way that I would not see her ever again in life. Then we began to proceed the plan on how to give her the burial rites. We fixed a date. We fixed a date for that. We fixed a date for that. And everyone after some weeks traveled back to their base.
in order to get ready to prepare for the burial. But something spoils everything. Let this not be too long. Yeah. Let today's video not be too long. I will continue this video by tomorrow. I will share with you guys how the villagers stops for giving my mother, for burying her. The villagers stops us for giving her her burial rights. What did she do? She did nothing. By tomorrow, guys, I'll share with you guys what happened. How come the villagers, our village stops us for burying our mother. Thank you.